WWE 2K25 is finally out on the Nintendo Switch 2, and for today's video, we're going to look at how the game looks in docked mode and in handheld mode. We're going to compare it to the PlayStation 5 version, and we're going to see how it runs in some of the more hectic matches, like 8-man tornado tags, Hell in a Cell, an ambulance match, which I didn't even know that was a thing, but somehow I'm not surprised that it is, and other videos coming up this week. I'm going to be going through my rise. I'm also going to be going through the Island, which is available on the Nintendo Switch 2 version, which I should remind you because a lot of people were thinking that it wasn't going to be on the Switch 2, but it is. I'm going to be making some super detailed CAWs of myself and of Casca from Berserk, and I'm going to be doing an overall review of WWE 2K25 on the Switch 2. But for today, like I said, let's keep it simple and see how the game looks and runs. So we're starting it here with The Rock in his new final boss persona. We can see, at least with The Rock's character model and his general entrance, there's basically no difference at all in terms of the way that the game looks between the Switch 2 and the PlayStation 5. And any difference that there might be, honestly, I can't see any difference, but whatever differences that there might be, you would have to look really hard to try to find it. But let's see if that holds up with Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance. The Switch 2 is really able to keep up frame for frame with the PS5 version of this game, which honestly, it still does not fail to shock me, even after 2 months of the Switch 2 being out. The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin are two of my top guys personally, but I'm an old head, I'm not familiar with the new wrestlers, so let's check out some of the new ones and what they look like on the Switch 2. Here we got the beautiful Rhea Ripley as well as Liv Morgan, along with Jade Cardell and Alexa Bliss. Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and see what some of the crazy matches play like on the Switch 2. If you ever played WWE 2K18 on the original Nintendo Switch, then you know that anytime that you had more than 2 people in the ring at the same time, the game would slow to a crawl and basically it would be unplayable. That was never fixed, so one of my concerns when 2K25 was revealed for the Switch 2 was how are the multi-man matches gonna run? So you should be seeing some 8-man tag gameplay right now on screen. This is on the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. I'm also going to be doing an 8-man tag in handheld mode, but that's going to be later. As for how it runs in docked mode, you can see for yourself here that WWE 2K25 100% most definitely is not another 2K18 situation. This is, as far as I know, probably the most stressful match on this system. If we were going to see problems in this version of the game, they would show up here. But I can say with 100% authenticity, 8-man tornado tag matches where all 8 wrestlers are duking it out at the exact same time runs pretty much flawlessly. I've seen reports of minor dips during cinematic camera cuts, but that's pretty much it. This is the version of WWE 2K that we all wanted 2K18 to be, but at least it's finally here. Now let's take a look at how the Switch 2 in handheld mode is able to run 8-man tornado tag matches. So let me just preface this by saying that I don't have the proper setup to record in handheld mode. I'm literally recording this with my phone, so just as far as it goes visually, do not take this footage to be how it actually looks in handheld mode. But I do want you to see how smooth 8-man matches run in 2K25 when you're playing in handheld mode on the Nintendo Switch 2. It is super smooth. You know, I felt like I was playing it in docked mode, to be honest with you. The entrances all run at full speed, and when we get to the gameplay, it's the same thing, full speed. If there are any dips in the frame rate, I didn't see any. Though some of you might notice that this footage is in 30 frames per second. That's because, like I said, I'm recording this on my phone and it can't record in 60 frames. So this runs at 60 even in handheld mode. So moving on, this is what's currently available for the online community creations. These are the CAWs that other WWE 2K25 players have uploaded to the servers, but there is apparently some unfortunate news about that regarding the Switch 2 edition. The reason that it's so empty here apparently is because the Switch 2 edition is not going to share community creations with the other versions of the game. I don't know why that is. This does seem like a major oversight if you ask me. Having said that though, I do look forward to seeing what other Switch 2 players are gonna come up with. Though I should also add that this clip was recorded within 2 hours of the game being available, so there should be quite a few more community creations available now than what you're seeing on screen. When I do my review video, I'll show what it looks like, and maybe we can make community creations a regular thing here. So like I said, within the next few days, I'm gonna be going through My Rise and The Island, so you can see what they're like on the Switch 2, and we might even do some online matches. So with all that being said, the like button is feeling kinda lonely, so do me a solid and hit that real quick. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so let's try to hit that within the next few weeks. I'm SwitchPlayed. Done.